What is going on, folks? I'm calling it a night. I'm exhausted. And I'm parked at a nice quiet spot. Had to go out of my way to get her. I don't know who this guy is in this Silverado pickup truck with the lights and all that. CB radio. And this looks like a Class A motorhome by Ace. Looks like there's some kind of rack on the back for a scooter. No toad. Looks like a big slide out, a huge giant slide out that runs all throughout the side of the whole coach. Well, this looks like a nice rig. I think these Aces are pretty decent Class A's. I mean, look at the size of that slide out. That's about almost the length of the whole coach, basically. Pretty much, yeah. It's a huge slide out. I don't understand who needs a big slide out like that. But when that thing slides out, that's massive in there. That's pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever seen one with a small coach like this with a huge slide out, like one huge slide out. There's usually like two slide outs, like two smaller ones. But this one's got a huge one. Just a one slide out. Anyways, I'm kind of tired and I'm gonna rest. Thought it'd be a good idea to call it a night. I did about 266 miles. And gotta get some rest. I'm under 1,000 miles to go. But hell, the rate I'm going right now, 300 miles a day, it's probably going to take me at least 3 or 4 more days to get there. Oh, what state am I in? I don't really want to say right now because of the trolls. So I'm just going to keep that secret until tomorrow when I leave. And I got a nice quiet spot away from the highway. I didn't really get much sleep last night. I was close to a noisy spot and there's a lot of road noise. This is a nice spot here. I gotta get some rest. But I just thought I'd show you guys my little spot here. Before I hit the sack, I guess I'm gonna warm me up some Campbell's Chunky Soup or a can of beans or something. I haven't had dinner. I'll have a little dinner. How you doing, Matt? I'm pretty much through the most exhausting part of the trip, where it's going through the tight part of 54, going through the mountains, and that's kind of stressful, and I'm easily decreasing my elevation. But this is a nice quiet spot, and I just thought of this rig, and I'm like, I usually don't park next to other rigs, but there's not any truck drivers parked over here, and it's nice and quiet. This guy's taking up about 1, 2, 3, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 spots this guy's taking up. The way he's parked, really, he could literally park in a spot and really take up 2 spots. But as long as his rig is, I'm thinking that if you really wanted to, you could probably park that in a spot, take about 2.5 spots. But you know, he's parked all the way here in the back, out of the way. Yeah, I think they're called Ace. I think I've been inside of one, but they're pretty cheap. I don't know if Winnebago makes them. I think Winnebago makes them. I don't understand the appeal for these graphics on these RVs. The graphics are really ugly on it. Besides that, it's a decent looking coach on the front. The lights, the grill are okay looking. It's got the windshield, a nice windshield. It's got some sort of a bra or wrap on the front. And I just heard somebody open or close the door. Looks like there's 2 roof AC units. Looks like there's a fantastic fan. It looks like there's 1 fan, another fan or something for the bathroom, 2 roof airs, satellite dish. I don't see any solar. I don't know if those are real aluminum rims or if they're hubcaps, if they're Alcoas. They're probably real Alcoas because it's a heavy duty vehicle. Maybe it is. There's a lot of storage, it looks like, for a little coach. He's got a nice rack for his scooter. I don't like the graphics on the sides though. If I was going to go with graphics, get better looking graphics. Those are really cheap looking graphics. I don't like those. That's what takes away from the look of the coach, I think. I think they could have got a better graphics than that. But hey. Or I just think it looked better without any graphics, actually. Maybe a different color, maybe if it was silver or something. Hey Marshall, how's it going? Did you get some good miles in today? Yeah, I got about 266 miles in. Yeah, I think it's called a Winnebago Ace. I think it's about a 30, I don't know, I'm thinking maybe it's 32 feet, 33 feet, 32 to 35, 4 feet or something. 32 to 35 feet or something. I don't know, I don't even think maybe it's really not 35 feet. Maybe it's a 32 footer or something. It's not that long. But I mean, think about something like this. This would be nice if you just parked it and lived in it, really. Because when you got something like this, really, how many places can you go? You can't park in a city anywhere. You'd be relegated to being in a suburban environment or out in the rural environment. Anything above 21, 22 feet, you're pushing it. 24 feet max, you might be able to get away with parking some places, but anything over 24 feet, then you're just not, you're limited. I don't know what these things cost. They're not that expensive. I mean, they're a cheaper made RV. I'm just surprised how big the slide out is on the side. It's a huge slide out. I mean, it goes the whole length of the coach basically. It looks like it's about a 20 something foot slide out. And the old Class A's used to have a door where you could get in from the driver's side. Now they don't have that. The front of it doesn't look bad. The front of it looks good with the lights. Maybe they could put a chrome grille, look better. Looks like there's some Alcoa rims. These guys are working on an electricians. I don't know what these guys are doing. They're working on the pole over there. They just got done. I don't know who this guy is in the Chevrolet truck with these lights. And I think it's a light bar up there, some sort of a CB radio. I don't know if that guy's sleeping in there or what the deal is, but he's really close to this RV here. The RV picked a good spot because it's level and it's all the way in the back and it's quiet, and that's why I parked over here too, because it's level and it's quiet and it's away from the road, it's away from the truck drivers. It's actually a good spot over here, so I usually don't park close to other RVs, but this is a good spot here because it's level and it's quiet and it's away from the road and it's away from the truck drivers, so you really can't beat it. So that's why I chose to park over here too. You know, when you're level and it's quiet and you're away from the road and away from truck drivers, you can't beat it. I mean, there's actually houses here. This is businesses by a residential area, and it's really quiet here. I don't know who this guy is in the Silverado truck. Yeah, it's a cozy spot. I don't know who this guy is in the Silverado. He's got like a light bar and CB radio antenna. He's got reflectix up. I don't know if the guy's sleeping in there, if this guy's like a worker at this establishment, or what the deal is. But he's parked really close to this RV, which I think is kind of unusual. You know? So I don't know if a person is sleeping in there or what the deal is, but I'm thinking somebody's sleeping in there because they got the reflectix up. Who puts up reflectix in the nighttime? And there's a CB radio antenna up there, so this guy's probably sleeping in his truck. That's what I'm thinking. That's the only explanation. I'm sure somebody's sleeping in that truck. Now, is this guy with the RV? I have no idea, but why would he park so close to the RV? I don't know. It is what it is. They're probably traveling together. Maybe they are. I just think out of all places to park, why park one spot away from the RV like that? Maybe they're traveling together. Could be a possibility. I don't know. But I think somebody's sleeping in there because, like I said, who's going to put up reflectors in the nighttime? And there's just CB radio up there, so he's traveling. He's probably sleeping in the truck. I don't know. Or maybe this is their towed vehicle and they're not towing it behind there because they got the scooter, and maybe he's just following the vehicle. Maybe that person is sleeping in the RV or something, and this is their vehicle that they used to get around, and they can afford to put gas in two vehicles, and this guy follows the RV, and that's their towed vehicle instead of toting it. But they're driving, which is a double gas, which is a lot of money. Find any cheap on the... Oh. No, I didn't. I saw a massage place around here that said Chinese massage. I never been into one of those, but I heard they charge like an extraordinary amount of money, like $150, which is nuts. Mine in the United States has, there's no point to it, Yeah, it is what it is with the United States. The United States has turned into just an inflation land. All we can do is just work, try to survive, make the best of it, and if we want to have fun, leave the country, because it just come to the point over here where, everything is just so expensive now, guys. Dental work, mechanical work, food, rent, lodging. I mean, the only thing that's cheaper here than Mexico, probably vehicles, I think, are cheaper here. Gas is a little bit cheaper. Mass-produced items like appliances, vehicles, computers, cell phones, stuff like that is cheaper here. So, you kind of bring it down to a science. If you travel to a border city, you realize what's cheaper over there and what's cheaper over here, and then you realize as a consumer what to purchase. Obviously, drinks are cheaper over there, women are cheaper over there, rent is cheaper over there, food overall is cheaper over there. But maybe because of the taxes, or whatever, import taxes, whatever it is, obviously, from what I've found out and what I've heard and what I've seen, I know for sure cell phones are much more expensive over there than they are here. So, why is that? I can't explain that. It'd be interesting to know why, but yeah, it's hard to survive these days, man. You know, I mean, I got a little advantage doing this in a van, but I mean, man, when you just add everything up, it's astronomical, man. It's hard to get anything done. It's hard to get anything done. Whether you want to get dental work done over here, mechanical work, whether if you want to monger over here and date women, or eat out, or everything has become unbelievably expensive, and we have to try to cut corners. We have to try to have alternatives, whether it be van life, whether it be roommating, or living with family, or renting space out, or whatever. We all have to be creative, because this life has come to the point of you just can't live a normal, regular life in an apartment. You can't. It's just way too expensive. And it's cheaper in these small towns, but really, who wants to live in a small town? You know, it's just got to the point. It's disgusting. You know, it really is. How the hell can they charge people all this money for rent and taxes and food and utilities and credit card interest rates and pay people peanuts? I mean, $15 an hour, you can't really survive on that. I mean, you could pedal by. I mean, 20, you might be able to get your head above water a little bit, but you're not gonna be living a luxury life. I mean, it's come to the point, guys, where it's sad, man. We got gas higher now than it was in '08, pretty much. And the things are, 10 times more expensive. So we have inflation to boot, on top of high gas prices, on top of this crazy war in Russia. I don't know if that's fueling things. On top of these maniacs that are going around and killing people and shooting people, that's disgusting. I can't stand seeing that in this country. You don't hear that happening in Mexico. They say Mexico is dangerous. Mexico is safer in a lot of ways than the United States, because most of the citizens don't have guns. And here everybody and their mother's got a gun, and like I said, I'm all for gun rights and Second Amendment, but we need to reevaluate things in this country. You hear all these maniacs doing these mass shootings, and I don't blame all that every Walmart in El Paso has brazen security there, and police officers that are armed after what happened with the shooting there. It just come to the point. This world has just gone bananas. Anytime you go into an environment in the public, or whether you're at a school or a grocery store, restaurant, theater, this could happen. And I don't blame. I think that every place, every venue, whether it's a stadium or a theater or whatever, they should have those scanners, the body scanners, and not allow people with weapons in the first place. The airport is one of the most secure places you can be in the country. We need to run the whole world like airports, because it's come to the point where it's disgusting. These domestic terrorists that are just killing people, it's got to come to an end here, guys. I'm getting sick and tired of hearing about these mass shooters. I'm getting sick and tired of it. It's sickening, man. I'm getting sick and tired of people dying to these stupid shooters, man. And we need to have a protocol here, I'm all for Second Amendment rights and all that, but there's a lot of Looney Tunes that got guns that guns don't belong in their hands, and we need to have we need to step it up. I don't know how this always happens in schools and stuff like that, and I see this guy here in a Dodge Charger. I didn't even know somebody was sitting in there, and this guy is just rang it up. He's just chilling in there. Didn't even tell he was in there, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. Everybody's got a Dodge Charger now. That thing has barely changed since it came out. It's a cop car with a V8. Yeah, I heard about what happened in Texas. It was kind of crazy. I heard about what happened in Texas. Yeah, I heard about it. I didn't really look into it that often, but I mean, this is just getting, I think that when they check people going into the airport, they check people going into certain clubs, pat them down. That's a great thing to do. Why not pat people down and have scanners, body scanners at every school, at every church, at every theater? What's wrong with that? What's wrong with making sure people are safe, man? To the senseless killing. I mean, I'm not saying we should go into totalitarianism, but people are dying. People are dying. A lot of crazy people in this country. A lot of people have guns, and you just don't really hear that in Mexico. You don't hear these mass shootings happening in Mexico with civilians killing civilians. You might hear the cartel fighting and stuff like that, but the bottom line is we have a lot of crazy people here that shouldn't have guns, and they're killing people every day, and this has become the norm, and it's happening, and it's sickening, and it needs to they need stricter gun laws. How do these people get their hands on a gun? Don't they have any history of mental illness? I mean, why is it so easy to get a gun in this country? They should make it really hard to get a gun. They should have extensive background checks. I mean, I don't know, the protocols suck. And, you hear this every day. It's sickening, It really is. It really is. So, I don't know, man. This country's going to hell. A hell in a handbasket. Well, I got about a little under 1,000 miles to go to get home. We'll take it easy. Get there in a few days. And it is what it is, guys. Yeah, well, whatever they're doing now is not working, Whatever they're doing now is not working. So, I appreciate when you go into some of these strip clubs in Mexico that are known to be in kind of not good areas, or I've been in certain clubs before where they pat you down and they make sure you don't have any weapons on you. Or they have a scanner, scans for metal. And, like I said, no, it's not guns that kill people. It's crazy people that kill people with the gun. And we need to have good people that have guns that are mentally sane. But why are these people that are insane so easy to get a gun? They should definitely change the gun laws and have a very, 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 very tedious screening process. Having a gun is, it's a deadly weapon, and it can kill a lot of people in a short period of time. I don't care what kind of gun you got. And it is what it is. You know, it is what it is, guys. So, that's the bottom line. And I gotta do something. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna wrap this up. And I'm gonna get some rest. And just take it a day at a time here on the road. Just play it by ear. And do what I gotta do, guys. With that being said, thanks everybody for coming in. Let's pray that things get better in this world. Let's pray for some healing. Lord, protect our country from these evil people who want to kill people with guns. Bad people, the crazy people. Not the good gun owners or law enforcement, are good people. And we need healing, man. Enough is enough with all the hate and killing and crime. There's a lot of crazy people in this country that are just mentally not all there. And that's just the bottom line. Thank you, Tim. I wish everybody a good night, guys. I'm going to get some rest. And I try not to watch the news because that's all you see on the news is bad stuff, you know. And I just kind of stay away from it, you know. Do my thing and stay away from it. But yeah, looking at this coach here, I don't know if those are real Alcoa rims. There's little storage compartments on the bottom on this side. Looks like about 3 storage compartments, maybe. Access to some of your RV items. Looks like those windows, I don't know if those windows are open or stationary. I'm sure they jalousie out somehow. I think those are jalousie windows. Those are the new style jalousie windows that turn around with a crank. Looks like that's a cheap awning for the slider. Those are not low profile Dometic ACs up there. They're another type of AC that's not low profile. It doesn't look good, but it's an AC. Maybe it's a carrier, I don't know. And on the front of it, I don't know if that's paint or if that's some sort of a bra for rock chips on the front. I'm not sure. It looks like it's some sort of a bra for rock chips. I don't know. Maybe it's paint. I don't know. The mirrors look good. The lights look good. The grill looks okay. Maybe it look better if it was chrome. I think the RV would look better. I never like anything in white, so the RV would look better in a solid color of blue, red, silver. I mean, something else besides white. I don't know why they make all these RVs in white. I guess it's just to reflect heat. But white with stripes, I definitely don't like white with stripes. I think even if I painted my van black or blue or solid silver or whatever, it'll look better, you know. I don't like white with stripes, but that's the thing with a lot of RVs. They're white with stripes, with some sort of a stripes, you know. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, guys. I wish you guys have a good night, and just want to give you guys an update on the road. I had to get some rest. Just, you know, I don't know where these guys came from. And these, there's 2 Dodge Chargers here and a Honda Accord. I don't know what these guys are doing or what the deal is here. But they came out of nowhere. I don't know where they came from, what these guys are doing. It's just unusual why they're here in a parking lot. I don't know what the deal is. I think they're going to take off. One guy's taking off here. Everybody's got a Dodge Charger, V8 4-door car. Everybody loves these Challengers and Dodge Chargers. A lot of these Mexican Native American guys love these cars. I mean, even black guys love these cars. Yeah, it's a 4-door car with a V8. You know, I wouldn't mind having a Dodge Charger or Challenger. I like the Challenger better, but they're both good-looking cars. Four-door car with a V8. What kind of car do you get with a four-door car with a V8? There's not many cars out there that are four-door, rear-wheel drive with a V8, right? All right, guys, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to pop on out of here. No, I don't think it's that hard to drive one of these things because there's not a trailer attached to it. You got good visibility, you got good mirrors, you got a good windshield. I think it's just when it comes to trying to maneuver in small spaces, turning, you don't want to put yourself in a predicament where you're going to make a right or left turn or back up into a tight spot. But as far as driving forward, even driving a semi-truck that's with a 53-foot trailer, it's pretty easy to drive forward. And if you give yourself room to turn, it's easy to make turns really right or left. So really, this is a breeze. It's nothing. It's not that bad. All right, guys, I'm going to pop on out of here. It is what it is. Have a good night. Talk to you guys later.